The second day of the public inquiry into disturbances at Ejura, which led to the killing of 2 residents, saw 5 persons testifying before the committee. The 5 included the General Officer Commanding for the Central Command of the Ghana Armed Forces, the Deputy Ashanti Regional Police Commander, and Citi FM and CCTV's Bureau Chief for the Middle Belt, Edward Upon Mafo, who reported from Ejura on the day the incident occurred. The first to appear before the committee was Brigadier General Joseph Apo, who is the General Officer Commanding of the Central Command of the Ghana Armed Forces. He justified the actions of the military during the burial service of one Ibrahim Mohammed, known as Kaka. According to him, the fatalities would have been worse if the military did not intervene the way they did.
But not for what we did together with the police. And I'm telling you because it was already a joint military police patrol that we've been doing. But not for what we did in Ejura. I can bet you there will be more casualties, more deaths to civilians and security alike, if the chairman of RECSEC didn't give good judgment. And I believe the judgment he gave by inviting us to intervene was the right one.
The approach of the military towards the crowd in Ejura, however, continues to receive criticisms from a number of Ghanaians. Many have described as unprofessional since capture of a soldier taking a knee and aiming to shoot at the protesters. But the commanding officer of the 4th Infantry Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Kwesiwari Pepra, who testified after Brigadier Apo, indicated that the said officer never took the shot.
There is a procedure in dispersing crowd. The first is a verbal warning. The second is to cock your weapons to signal to the crowd that you are about to fire. The third is to fire warning shots. But the signal to scare them includes the kneeling, to aim, for you to be scared and maybe disperse. As a matter of fact, the direction of the man who's knelt was said that no casualty came from that side.
But he
didn't fire.
He didn't fire.
He fired only warning shots. But when he went down, he didn't fire. In addition to that, kneeling is a position for firing.
The various security officials who have so far appeared before the committee have highlighted the essence of the military intervention in preventing events from escalating. But many Ghanaians have raised concerns with the use of live bullets as the first line of action. But the Ashanti Regional Deputy Police Commander, DCOP David Ajimanejim, taking his turn at the committee hearing, indicated that the team did not have tear gas at the time of the event.
Did your men go to the scene with tear gas to disperse the rioters?
No, my lord, we didn't, because we didn't have any at the time.
Are you saying the district, the divisional, and the regional command do not have tear gas?
My lord, what I'm saying is that at the time of the incident, we didn't have them present. Not that we didn't have them at all. My lord, and if I may add, I think the essence of our duty in Ejura was was basically to ensure that there was peace, and we didn't anticipate that it would degenerate into shooting.
Yes.
Our objective was first to protect life and property, and of course to maintain law and order. We didn't envisage that it would, because in the past there had been issues, we've dealt with it, and in those instances the same teams or similar teams had gone on the ground and it hadn't degenerated into shooting.
On the 2 persons who were killed during the fracas, the military high command says they suspect one was shot by a protester.
So you see, the aim was not to kill.
But you did.
No, sir, the aim was not to kill. It was just unfortunate. If the aim was to kill, so we would have gotten not less than 100 people dying.
That's true. That's true.
It's just unfortunate.
But, Colonel, you knew that for every such operation, there will be people who are casualties. We're talking about people who are maimed. The crowd, the rioters themselves could have maimed themselves.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I even suspect the weapon that fired from the protesters might have hit one of them.
That's subject to investigation. Anyway.
Yes.
Yes.
And yes, because you see, the soldiers started firing into the air. If you are not a professional and there's another rifle firing, you wouldn't know. And that is how come some people are saying that they were not handling weapons. When an M16 rifle fires, I know.
Yes.
When a G3 rifle fires, I know. But the ordinary civilian doesn't know. The media wouldn't know. So all you hear is gunshots into the air, and it started when the soldiers came. So you assume that it's only soldiers who are firing.
Ejura Municipal Police Commander confirmed to the committee that some of the protesters were wielding guns.
Whilst at the charge office, information got to us that the IROD youth, armed with pump action guns, missiles, stones, and other offensive weapons.
The media has been criticized for its work on the day of the shooting, as some of the military and police officials who appeared before the committee have lamented the failure of journalists to solicit for right information from them.
Journalists also didn't help with their reportage because a lot of tension was created when, for me, there was none. I am sure if they had come to us to seek information rather than go on air and say the things they wanted to say, it would have at least brought the tensions down a bit, but we didn't.
Is there a PRO, a police PRO at Ejura or Mampong?
We do not have, but we have one in the region. Yeah. And on the 26th, on the night of the 27th, 28th, and I think on the 29th, we issued a number of press releases.
But Citi FM and Citi TV's bureau chief for the Middle Belt, Edward Opomafo, who appeared before the committee, revealed how the security team on the grounds was reluctant to provide journalists with timely information.
We heard that they were at the Chief's Palace, that the team of the police and the military, they were at the Chief's Palace. So we went there. Fortunately, the commander, the DSP Philip Kojo Hammond, he was there. I also saw the SWAT commander, and I saw the one leading the military team. So I was approaching the commander. I wanted to talk to him. I introduced myself that, oh, I spoke with you yesterday. So, and yes, he said yes, he actually, he remembers that. And then, as he was about talking to me, the military man who was leading the team came to say that no one will speak to the media, and that we should rather go to the town and advise the people. And as a result of that, the commander declined to even speak to me. So he didn't speak to me.
Specifically, you mean the commander who came here, the district commander?
Yes, please.
The committee members also used Tuesday's hearing to admonish the media against what they said were bad practices.
As for our media friends, when you talk, they think you are bashing them, but they have the right to bash everybody in Ghana except themselves.
Yes, I have.
The fact is that we all know that the media, it's the agenda that they set that they want all Ghanaians to follow. So when an incident happens, they sit there, bring out issues, ask people to call in and express their mind, and that becomes the topic for Ghanaians to discuss. So don't be worried that they did not contact your outfit to ascertain who Kaka is.
I am with you. You know, of late, the media, they are my friends, and I've been bashing them quietly. But Sometimes they call me and I refuse to talk because they have spoken to somebody they have labeled as security expert. Even me, I have always warned them not to call me a security expert. I'm an analyst. You get
Prof,
the degrees.
Prof, the minister said you are a security expert.
So I'm with you. Everybody sees on radio a security expert, and the things they spew out has nothing to do with expertise in security. Yes. So I'm with you.
Some of the journalists who were present at the hearing, however, raised concerns with what they felt was a deliberate attack on the profession.
There is no evidence, and I mean no shred of evidence, that the media incited the demonstration on the streets of Ejura. No. There is no evidence. And seriously, this is a commission that is trying to find the truth. To conclude that, and seem to suggest that it's the media that, is trying to, our actions and inactions sometimes go to this extent, and we are, in a way, in inference, we are the ones inciting the people to go on the streets. The people were angry when we got there. And it's not the hashtag fix the country thing that got them angry. They were angry, they had all manner of things to say. Many of them said so many things, including what the guy was doing.
And my disappointment has to do with the deliberate attempt to attack us, the media. What did we report wrong in Ejura? We told the story as it is because they cooked their earlier press statement. Then the media came to expose them that that is not what has happened. Currently, they are telling us that they've arrested 2 people who were holding guns. Have you seen the police displaying any gun that they have retrieved from anybody in Ejura?